What's up, YouTube? Jay Traveling here. Something I've been working on for probably a couple weeks now. This is why not many mining rigs have been getting built. No computers have been getting built. You see this workbench. This is out in my garage. So put this together. My girlfriend's getting into woodwork, so she needed a spot to work. So we've been collecting some tools and stuff. But also out here, you see I have one miter saw. I actually have a much nicer one. This is just a cheap Harbor Freight one, but it gets the job done. I have a nicer one, DeWalt one. But out here I can build custom frames for my mining rigs. So I'm gonna stop buying them, and I'm gonna try and make some custom ones. As you can see, there's some wood, just some extra wood laying around right now, and I can get more of it at Home Depot pretty cheap. These 3x1s here, these go for like $2 for each one at Home Depot. You just have to really pick and choose which ones you get, because a lot of them are pretty crappy, especially at Home Depot. Their wood's not the best, but it's usable. You know, I got the radial arm saw here to cut larger pieces of wood. I really won't need it for what I do, because this is more for sliding back and forth to cut like big pieces of wood. I have it zip tied back there so it won't move right now, but you slide it back and forth so you can cut larger pieces of wood or wider ones. You can see the measurements there. So I'll probably be using a miter saw the most. Down here I have my table saw. It's kind of stashed away with its stand, so I can use that for cutting plywood and stuff. That's what I use for, you know, these to make this shelving. So when I do make shelving in my basement for my crypto mining area, I can make a bunch of shelving kind of similar to this. I probably have about $100 invested into this bench and just wood alone. So not too bad for the size of it. This would probably be a $400 or $500 workbench if I were to just go buy something that's similar to it. May not be the prettiest looking, actually. It doesn't look too bad. It's pretty decent looking. But it definitely could be an expensive bench. And then the custom shelving that I put under it for storage, and then, you know, some custom shelving up top with paints and things along those lines. So out here I do plan on making a bunch of custom mining frames. The ones I have now I plan on just keeping. I'm not going to go around remaking them just for that. Back here you see I have my brad nailer. This is one of them. I picked this one up dirt cheap on Facebook Marketplace. I have a really nice one that I lent to a friend who also has my really nice miter saw. So once I get that back, I won't be using this one. But as you can see, the nails that I use, see, this one just like falls apart. The spring breaks out, so I'll have to fix that now. It just pops back in. But these, I'll just put the frames together. I'll cut them. When I put them together, I'll just brad nail them in. These are probably a little longer than I would need. I have some shorter ones too, but this is the length I used when I was putting this whole bench together. When I put these together, you can kind of see that I brad nailed them down so they don't come up at all. And then it's 1x3s underneath for some added support, because this is really thin plywood, which is what I could make my racks out of if I wanted to. But I'll probably use a thicker plywood, maybe not as thick as this. If this is 3/4 inch, I could use a 1/2 inch plywood, a little bit cheaper. This is about $45 a sheet right now at Home Depot. 1/2 inch is probably about $35, and one sheet I could probably build one really good 2-tier rack. One sheet and 4 2x4s or something. This stuff's dirt cheap. It's like $10 a sheet. But it's really not that sturdy. You have to really support it well. And I also have other stuff. This is just like a Dremel, things like that, some levels. I have a bunch of other tools laying around. You saw my impact gun sitting over there. This I use a lot. I'm a big fan of DeWalt. If you guys see me working in future videos when I'm building things from scratch, which I'll start making videos and be building my next, when I decide and get the material to build my first mining frame, I'll make a video of me filming. I don't know if I'm gonna be screwing it or brad nailing. I'm probably just gonna be brad nailing it, so I'll probably be using this unless I get my DeWalt one back, but you'll see me using a lot of DeWalt tools. It's my favorite brand of tools. They're tried and true. They have their brushless motors, which just don't fail on you. The magnet that's inside of the impact gun failed on me before the actual motor, so you guys will see me using a lot of DeWalt tools. But hopefully you guys can see me making some cool stuff. I do have plans that I'm working together to try and build an entire custom PC case out of wood. I don't know when I'm going to get around to doing it. I want to make some mining frames first and expand my mining farm first before I get into building a custom PC out of just wood and staining it. Because my mining frames, I don't need to stain them or anything. I'm not going to. I'm just going to like kind of just put them together. But I mean, in this jar down here, I have a bunch of sprays, paints, stains, things along those lines. There's paints and stains up here from woodwork that my girlfriend does that I can use. But you know, this is what I've been working on for the past couple of weeks, getting this together, getting it organized out here. This was a complete mess before. Organizing my tools in these toolboxes I got. You can see the DeWalt again, big DeWalt fan. Just getting it organized, getting it together, and then I can actually work out here and put together some cool frames. So hopefully you guys in the near future will see me put together some cool frames. Like I said in the last video, I do have one mining rig that I'm currently going to be working on very soon. I already have the graphics cards ordered, so stay tuned for that. I don't want to spoil it and tell you which ones I got, but I plan on doing a custom frame. I might do the custom frame and put my P10690s on it, and then use my Veta frame to put the new graphics cards on. But I haven't fully decided yet. But, you know, thanks for checking this video out. Stay tuned, hopefully, for some custom stuff that I build. But as I'm showing you now, this is where I'm going to be building it. I know it's not a heated garage, but I do have a heater somewhere that I can use that connects to a propane tank. So even in the wintertime, I'll be out here. It is starting to drop temperature, so, you know, it's getting pretty chilly in this garage.